Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the Library of Ruina, where today we're going to be fighting magical girls, because screw magical girls. Who have we got to do it? Well, Tibereth, because it's her abnormalities. But what are they using? We've got Eugen's page, we've got Oscar's page, we've got Ogre's page. You know, the classic three. Let's just go ahead, get in, and see what the Queen of Bitchiness is going to be like in this game, shall we? Ooh, what's this music? Why is everyone happy? I won't have anything to do. She'd often come out to aid us, but she was more trouble than help. Wait, what did Gairu say? I didn't actually read that. Damn it! I didn't actually click. Jesus Christ! There's no light without the darkness. I can stand here thanks to our existence. You guys are evil because you're disturbing this place. I am on the side of good. So those who... Man, you've got really long words. To keep the world's peace, I was born. I've always believed evil must exist as long as I exist. Yeah, that sounds about right, Queen of Bitchiness. Oh, you've got ranged bullets, do you? There's no light without the darkness. I can stand here thanks to your existence. On clash lose, weaken the last die. On clash lose, weaken the last die. Interesting. To keep the world's peace, I was born. Mark target. Why is everybody happy? Oh, will you say some different things? Okay, so that we can't let be a one-sided attack. Got it. Collision's probably not a bad choice to deal with that. And it's finally here, an evil I must defeat. I think that's what that said. I'm gonna automate movement that and see what happens. Alright, let's go. Good. Good. Well done. Nice. Bad. Good. Awesome. I have no idea why that turned into a 9. Seriously, why did that turn into a 9? Become the target of the Queen of Hatred. Okay. I wonder if we're actually able to, considering that, whatchamacallit. Yeah, we can still intercept her attacks. Okay. I just wondered, because it was rather unique, the description. You know? Is there any point in defending against that? I don't feel that there is. Do you do... I haven't actually even read your abilities. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Speed 2 plus 2 speed dice, obviously. Adverse charge. When the hysteria form... When the hysteria gauge is filled, transform. The hysteria gauge rises upon losing clashes or being attacked by marked characters, and decreases upon winning clashes or attacking marked characters. The screen pinkens from left to right as the gauge fills. Right. At the end of the scene, restore all light and draw 2 pages. In the name of hate, use a page that leaves a mark on the target every two scenes. I assume that's meant... Oh, there's a lot here. Every 2 scenes, marked characters become vulnerable to all attacks and will be primarily targeted by the abnormality. Got it. Use a mass attack page that attacks all librarians every 4 scenes. Each individual librarian can negate the attack if the sum of all dice rolls on the page played by them is equal to or higher than the mass attack dice's roll. Dice used to oppose the mass attack roll will be nullified afterwards. Right. Because I understood a single word of that. Actually, I did understand a little bit of that. The little bit I did understand was intercept that too. And don't attack with you to this round, because you're the evil one. Alright, go! Good, good, good. You got 1 attack in. Could have been better. That was annoying. Mark target in the name of justice with love. That with love ability is so irritating. Okay, Arcana beats, you say. Arcana beats. 6 to whatever. How about that and then an overcome crisis? As for you, you got that ability, which you can't really do much against. You know, other than take 2 of the hits instead of just 1, so only 1 attack is being deflected. Go! I expected a lot of damage to happen then. Oh yeah, because it's a gunshot, you intercepted all of them. Okay, let's look at this reasonably right now. Alright. Right. That does 13 damage, you say. Well, logic says we can intercept all of those. Because 13 is almost nothing. You can, frankly, tailoring that ability, because you're not going to lose it. You can overcome crisis that ability. Right, okay, so we've got Marionette, Overcome Crisis, and Clean Up fighting the AoE ability. We've got Tailoring versus the Big Giant Nasty ability. We have Sky Clearing Cut, just a hit, and then a Cumulus Wall to integrate that in the name of justice. So, go! I don't think that worked. No, I think most people took damage then. Okay. Right. You're doing that one-sided attack crap. Alright. Are you in hysteria mode yet? Because it certainly looks like you're getting there. Okay, Tibereth, I want you to intercept the Arcana beats just because you have very little HP and whatnot left, so better to let you die than have someone else intercept it, you know? Alright, guys, go. How the fuck did you lose that? And now we get to Snake Woman. Oh, this is bad. Are you just this form now? Is that just it? We just have to fight this form of you now? This seems a little bit extreme. How much health do you have? 33. You're attacking that ability. That ability will do 4 to 8, 4 to 8. You are vulnerable to everything because you're the villain. Fuckity fuckity fuck. Alright then. Then I guess you're just gonna have to be staggered next round, because, like, fuck are you surviving that? I'm not that good at miracles. Yep. Oh, good defense. Okay. So, Arcana beats, does more damage this round. Interesting. You got Overcome Crisis, which you desperately need. Let's see, Automated Movement has no hope of defending against the Arcana beats, but you have a lot of health. In fact, you basically haven't lost any. Plenty of stagger, and Automated Movement can potentially defend against this ability. So, go. I said potentially, not that it would. What the Christ is this crap? Alright, let's try this then. I don't get the AoE attack. I really just don't understand it. We were fooled by that cute appearance and left ourselves wide open for a hard blow. She'd often come out to aid us, but she was more trouble than she was worth. I am pretty sure I've lost. Yeah, I cannot win this. Might as well just let the game finish. She simply has too much health. Okay, so... Eugen. You're pretty useless in this fight. We have to accept that. So let's replace you with Valentine's page, because she uses a lot of ranged attacks, meaning that, you know, Valentine would be useful. Okay. What else? I don't know what else, honestly. Let's just go with this for now and see what happens. Take 2! Wasn't this supposed to be a magical girl? She's a total mess. 5 to 15. That should work fine against that. That is the Mark ability. Which, frankly, the Sky Clearing Cut could work quite well against. Also, we want to see if we can make sure that the... You know... We want to make sure that the pink bar doesn't completely fill. Because logic says if we can avoid pink form more, then we should do fine. Either that or we trigger pink form as quickly as possible. One or the other, really. Alright. Let's try this. Good. Not so good, but... Okay. We've triggered pink form almost immediately this time. So I guess the tactic is you either trigger pink form as quickly as possible, or you just don't trigger pink form. Take your pick, really. Tailoring's probably the best bet against that. Then what can you do? You can heavy peaks that. And then overcome crisis. Wait, you can't overcome crisis. What you need to do is overcome crisis that, and then he tailors it. As for you, you're dealing with the giant mark, of which you can Arcana beats, or Daring Decision, and just hope. Go! Massive hit, good. That's not the order it was meant to happen, but... You know, in this rare circumstance, I'm not gonna complain. Alright, big mega attack of bullcrappery. Something tells me we're getting hit by that ability. And you know what? Frankly, basically, just accepting the fact you're gonna get hit by that ability is one of the best methods of making sure you survive. Alright, and go. Did you auto-stagger yourself because you used that ability? You did. I did a stupid and used big ability when I shouldn't have. Whoopsie. Okay then. Okay, so So, you are paralyzed. That means your very first 2 dice are going to be weakened, meaning those 2. So, what can we counter those 2 with? That's frankly not a bad thing to counter it with. You managed to get your full stuff, so you can now just go collision. You have 2 stagger left. I didn't realize it was that low. Well, crap. Who do we want to take the mark? I honestly think it should be him. But you actually need to hit with the bloody ability in order to actually draw a page with that. Unless you use Sparkling Spear. Then you don't need to draw a page. Right, this is really not the order I truly want to do things, but... yeah, that's why. Okay, so you got 2 attacks, both of which are heading onto him, which we can't have. So, you're going to intercept that attack using that, and then I think the best chance is for you to also do that, which you can't then intercept. Fuck. There is no good outcome to this right now. Is my only thought. You are going to get staggered this turn. Go. In fairness, that did significantly better than I thought it would. No one is the villain at the moment. You're not taking any hits. We have Binding Arms ready. Binding Arms that ability, because that should hopefully work. You can overcome Crisis that ability. Hopefully. And then you can cancel that so you can backseat it, and then you can Accumulus Wall. Now the question is, you will get a block if that fails any attack, which it very well might, so... and it didn't! Perfect! And the Binding Arms didn't do damage, but it stopped the attack. That's good enough for me! You've got full stagger resist now, because you got staggered. Meaning the only attack that Tibereth is taking is Big Attack, more than likely, which will stagger her if it fails. That's fucking bull. But now you can transpierce her. You can just lay into her, and we hope. Everything's going on to him. Okay. Not exactly a situation I would call optimal, but you have to do what you gotta do. I think we've lost again. Or not. Maybe. Probably. It is now that I realize you still have the ability. You're enduring bullcrap, don't you? So you're gonna get staggered if I don't defend against that. I think you're gonna get staggered either fucking way. I am correct. But this round, you can't die. Why does she suddenly have 49 HP? That's fucking bull. Fuck you, Queen of Bitchiness! There is nothing wrong with my tactic, it's just general RNG bullcrap. My tactic is fine, let's continue with the tactic. Alright, we need to trigger her big form as quickly as possible, or we do our best to just never trigger it, which, knowing me, is never going to happen. So... go. I'm surprised you managed to avoid one of those, quite frankly. You know, the other tactic is just to never let her trigger her bullcrap. So... I mean, I guess we could try for that. It might work. Okay, she is very hysterical right now. The hysteria gauge rises upon losing clashes or being attacked by marked characters, decreases upon winning clashes or attacking marked characters. So, in theory, if I attack you with something that I know will lose the clash, or would assume will lose the clash, you're staggered this turn, I can already tell. You're the villain, so you can't attack. We're gonna try and avoid hysteria this time. You have very little stagger resist left. So in theory, no matter what you do this round, you are getting staggered. Because no amount of block will save you from that unless you completely nullify it. Which I am extremely doubtful you can do. So, let's have you attack with the marionette, you know, on the off chance it works. Well, that was not intentional. That bit was. Crap. I was trying to avoid this. Guess we're doing it the hard way. You are staggered this round, so it's a matter of which one does the least damage. And the answer is more than likely those two. There is... you have one stagger resist, I cannot save you. Doing 2 attacks this time, are you? Huh, I expected more. Yeah, he's actually probably the best person to get marked this time. He doesn't have anything he can use to avoid the mark. So... yeah. I need to give Oscar more light regen pages. I'm coming to the conclusion of. And additionally, I should have saved pages for this round. Alright, I think we're getting hit by the big attack, and I don't like it. So, go. I don't understand that big attack there. Because of the simple fact, Tibereth rolled a 17, it rolled a 17. Wait, you three took the damage, but Tibereth... Wait, do you have to deflect the damage by yourself? That's not what the description says. The description says it's a group effort. Okay. Okay. You have collision, that's good. You have 3 attacks on you. You know what? You should be able to deflect all of her attacks using collision, I hope. You can't even do anything this round. Because of the lack of whatchamacallit. You are Oscar, so you do have enduring. Which will trigger next round. When they fully lay into you. In the meanwhile, though, we can fully lay into her. Yeah. Abuse Oscar. Abuse the Oscar passive. Right, the Oscar passive has now triggered, and we can't use it again. Meaning, we now have to stop this little annoyance from attacking him again. I am pretty sure we have lost this game. Again. Good hits. Dead. Meaning the rest of the attacks become null and void. I don't understand Arcana Slave. I really don't. And you have too much HP for us to ever stand a chance at killing you. Especially as you're doing the AoE ability. If you can just, like, roll the maximum on your Tran Pierce, that is our only hope of... Yeah, okay, fuck this. Come on, let's do this. Yeah, bye-bye. This is a fucking crap show. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, you're being made into the villain. Fine. That is okay. We will put up with that. You are going to intercept that. Meanwhile, you can intercept that. Unfortunately, though, they have a complete... She has absolutely no speed, meaning... Yeah. I suppose the main question is... How well can we take a hit? Because she loses hysteria for winning clashes, meaning she's being a good girl and doing her evil job. So if you accumulate all that, it's kind of like we want to lose as many clashes as we win. Kind of, is the thing. And then we want to back attack her as much as possible. If that makes sense. So, we win a clash, we lose the clash, we lose the clash, we win the clash, we win the clash. That's no longer a clash. We lose the clash and you hit the villain. We lose the clash and we lose the clash. It's an extremely tactical thing that we need to do here. Now, the last thing we want is for her to be the villain, because she's the one which will be deflecting a majority of the attacks. And besides, Oscar is both resistant to piercing and has the whatchamacallit bullcrap. That's probably a decent ability to use against it. I'm gonna overcome Crisis that attack. Well, actually, I should do that in the other order. There we go. And then you're trans-piercing the ability, just so that while she loses the clash, you will do a lot of damage to her. Probably. Go. Clash loss, and then because that was one-sided... I think it's the giant AoE move this turn. Yes, it is. You have +2 strength, which is very, very bad. 13. You cannot do 13 resistance. So, you also have no speed. So, you just free attack. As for you, do I actually want to avoid that attack? Let's see. It'll do 15. I think I'm actually better off trying to anti-clash that ability. And then you do nothing because you're the villain. Go. What the ever-living fuck was that? No. Okay. Let's try this again, where you don't just suddenly do twice as much damage than you should have ever fucking done. Okay. Okay. First step first. You are going to just take on that attack, because that'll reduce her, whatchamacallit, her hysteria. Meanwhile, Tibereth goes in and takes that attack, because we do not want her gaining strength, or bind, or whatever crap. I wonder if using that would be better, because then you'll take the first hit, but lose the clash to reduce her hysteria. But then it's 2 side attacks, which she won't be able to stop. And then at the same time you can do that. I'm not sure if it'll count, because you won't be the villain yet. You know? Let's just try this. I don't know how you avoided that attack. Good hit. Good hit. Loses the clash. Okay. So she really needs to win some clashes right now. So you're gonna overcome edge that in the hope of losing some. You're just going to get hit by that ability because, of course, there's no other way. Actually, if you target them, then they'll take the 2 shields that she lost. That'll be gained from that. So you'll take. So yeah, you'll lose those clashes. Meanwhile, you can. You need to minimize damage. Because currently you are vulnerable to everything. because that's what being the villain does. You need to accumulus wall that, just so that she'll probably hit you and win the clash. That you're just taking, and then you're doing that taking. Yeah, okay, let's try this. Okay, that was the entirely wrong order of events, but so fucking be it. We're gonna do it this way now, are we? Well, this way is a lot easier, quite frankly, because it means I don't have to worry about your stupid, whiny bullcrap. So who are you attacking with that ability? You're attacking them. Well, guess what? That is fine. They're going to just attack you with that instead. Meanwhile, you're going to Sparkling Spear this turn, because they are going to use Binding Arms, and then we're going to wait till next turn when everyone is a villain, till when they're a villain. And that's when we'll hopefully be able to intercept them with the important abilities. And you did brilliant then, well done. Okay, you're doing the Mega Blast now, are you? Well then, Mega Blast, I can't avoid the Mega Blast. You have to try and avoid the Mega Blast. You don't have a choice, because you'll just get staggered next turn. Otherwise. You are... Tibereth can take the Mega Blast, and she's going to have to. Because... simply put, he can't. I honestly think he's going to be staggered next turn. Go. Of course, two of you are fucking staggered. Bully weaklings. Well, at least this is the perfect turn to be staggered. You know, when she's staggered as well. Binding Arms is one of the best abilities for this situation. Okay, guys, go. Fucking seriously? Okay, Tibereth, okay. I will be completely honest. We probably want you to get staggered this turn. In addition, you can't actually intercept anything, because fuck, of course. There. That'll have to do. And then you can high-speed stabbing just because. Good, good. Ah. Okay. Now then. You're getting marked. And you can't really avoid that. You can reduce the damage a little of it, but that's it. If Tibereth loses one clash, she is done for. I'm surprised Collision failed that hard. And here it is. Big, mega, fucking bullcrap. Okay, so you should be able to do that to avoid that. You honestly should be able to avoid that. Tibereth, if you roll high enough, what's your maximum potential? 8, 10, 8, 8. So, 24. That can roll maximum of 20. So, yeah. As for you, I reckon you're either dead or staggered this turn, you. Same with you. Somehow I feel this is going to end with everyone staggered. Alright. You can just binding arms. You can only whirligig. Glorious. Okay. Frankly speaking, Gaiju, your best bet this time is probably to just be the cannon fodder. Because you still have your passive active, I think. So if you take all 3 attacks, then yeah. Right. Now, Gaiju, I see no physical way you're capable of surviving. Admittedly, she's not doing that many big abilities this round. So we can, within reason, probably stop her. So that you can just get in some damage before you die. I think I'd rather have Tibereth take that attack. Because the chances of her losing the first attack are very slim. And because Gaiju's not taking any damage, that is unfortunate. That is amazing. Hallelujah! Strategy! Tactics! It works out in the end! It's only taken an hour and a bloody half! After winning a clash using an offensive die, a random ally recovers 3 to 5 HP. After winning a clash using a defensive die, a random ally recovers 2 to 4 stagger resist. That's a really good effect. The enemy who dealt the most damage to allies in the previous round is marked as the villain. Deal additional damage when attacking the villain. I believe that's brilliant if you create a character that focuses in one-sided attacks. Hate. All characters become fatally vulnerable to all attacks for 3 scenes. Inflict 5 bind on all enemies. Okay. And here I was thinking I'd be able to try the other magical girl before I have to quit. But no, I forgot. There's a cutscene. Which I don't think my voice is capable of doing right now. Because dear Christ, it fucking hurts. Not this, not that. Need a hand? I can do all this by myself. Jeez, just looking at the covers of these books makes me dizzy. Did you read them all? Sort of. Quantum physics, cell biology. You wrote some difficult-looking labels on them. It's hard to recognize the contents of the books here from their title alone. It's even harder to find books that are actually readable. Yeah, a lot of them didn't even have a lot of complete sentences, now that I think about it. The completeness of a book mostly depends on the reader, though some are just unstable to begin with. Does that completeness have something to do with some books disappearing upon reading while others don't? I'm not too sure, but I think that has to do with how thoroughly the book was read. Once all the contents of a book have been read and understood, it vanishes since it has served its purpose.
Hey, I heard of something like that. Light can be considered a particle or a wave depending on how it's observed, right? Maybe the properties of a book can change depending on the reader in the same sense.
I don't know. Stop trying to make weird comparisons with your shoddy knowledge. It's probably just inexplicably works like singularities do. I just roll with it.
You seem very proud of your ignorance.
I don't pretend to understand things I don't get. I still make sure to read and manage all the books you send here, though. The same book can show different things, even each time you read it. Understanding a book completely is a repetitive process, you know. And I don't want to stay ignorant forever. That's annoying.
Different content every time you read it, huh? So that's why we needed multiple copies of a book.
I still don't fully get it, but I actually kind of like the properties of the light you just told me. The fact that something can change just by looking at it is romantic in a way. And maybe I held enough meaning for Enoch just by staying at his side?
Enoch?
There were two Tibereth in the past, back in my second life, as you and Malkuth put it. We were together in our first lives too.
Oh, that's your boyfriend? Sounds like you were together for a pretty long time.
Enoch left my side in both of those lives.
Damn, got dumped twice? What a shame. Keep your chin up, though. It's not like a breakup is the end of the world.
Roland, he died. And Enoch wasn't someone who could be put in such light terms.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, miss. I apologize for my carelessness.
It's alright. When I bid farewell to Enoch for the second time, I'm sure he could find the meaning. He was looking for. That our lives and sacrifices were not in vain. We lived in a world where everyone died so easily, but he believed that dying a meaningless death was not what people were born for.
That's kind of hard for me to follow. How about you then? Did you find the meaning?
Maybe. The purpose given to me now is to complete the light so that it can be used properly.
Everyone's been talking about that light thing. What exactly is it about?
You've heard about Lobotomy Corporation's singularity, right?
Well, yeah, kinda. Technology that physically manifests the mind, was it?
That's right. Those manifestations can also be dissolved back into an indefinite form and seeped into people's minds.
Huh. I guess that makes sense.
Lobotomy Corp gathered the light over a long time to cure the ill minds of the city's denizens. Of course, all while operating as an energy company on the outside.
How do you generate enough energy to stand as a wing? Pulled it out of people?
Creatures called abnormalities were created as a side effect of our singularity. As we managed them, we learned that they emit a certain form of energy. That's encaphalim.
What? Those encaphalim batteries were made from monster produce? Damn! I used encaphalim lighters to smoke, too.
From people, to be precise, it's humans that are turned into abnormalities. To everyone in my Discord that said the birds were actual creatures and not humans turned into abnormalities, there you go!
Creatures born out of human mind, huh? And I'm guessing tons of employees died during the process of managing those creatures?
You're right. It was all part of the stage play Angela mentioned.
Quite typical of the city, eh? A company that massacred people with the end goal of curing them. It's almost like a cliché for all the myths about the wings at this point.
I don't know a lot about the other wings, but they probably aren't too different, right?
Oh, they're totally the same.
That's the kind of cycle we wanted to break.
And the light being the means to achieve that, huh? Sounds more like you were trying to brainwash people with it or something.
It's not as simple as that.
It's a matter of perspective, really.
To be fair, I only know the general outline of things. So I want to see for myself if those cycles are really happening out there. I don't really know much about this world, like Angela.
Leave it to me, Miss Tiff. I'll bring just the right books for you.
Let your actions speak for you, then. Excellent, excellent. We're still only on 3, which I find interesting. I've been recording for an hour and a half. But, you know, maybe I can defeat her first time? Maybe. Maybe, somehow. Not gonna happen, but I'll give it a go. You know what? On second thought, after trying it, you guys can all wait till next week to see or next time, or Saturday, because I hear there's not going to be an update this week, to see how I do against this girl. So, everyone, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today? I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.